Hey, welcome back, CI Economics students. Today we're going to be taking a look at how you should be studying for the multiple choice exams, which are paper 1 and paper 3. Good thing is that these two exams, since they're multiple choice, are easy to mark, so they are later on in the exam season. And you're going to get your essay and your data question exam, paper 2 and paper 4, early in the exam season. Whether that's good or bad is actually up to you to determine, but we have more time to prepare for the multiple choice portion of the AS and A2. Now, the first thing I'm going to draw your attention to is taking a look at how the multiple choice questions break down by unit. And to do this, I've taken a look at the 2016 specimen paper that you can find on the CIE website. And you'll see that Unit 2 and Unit 4 have a very significant representation. About 18 questions, 9 from each unit are there. Unit 5 only has about 3 questions. Unit 1 has about 5. And this breaks down the coverage of the syllabus as represented on the exam. Now, this is important to know because as you're going through and getting ready for your exams, you should be comfortable with what you know and what you don't know. And why this is important, give me a second, I'll explain. If I compare this to the 2015 paper, which is the old specification, and I also compare it to the 2014 exam, which is the old spec, the biggest difference being that I believe the pre-2016 specification, you were examined on externalities in AS. Now they've made that into an A2 topic. There are some other small changes, but generally if you're following your syllabus, you'll be able to see clearly what they are. Now, paper 1, regardless of the specification 2014, 2015, 2016, you see that Unit 2 and Unit 4 are quite heavily represented. Now, why is that important? We're going to see next. The typical student approaches this exam, and I believe they just complete past papers, and then you can mark them pretty easily. And then you get stuck, you ask your teacher, can you help explain this one? Or you ask your friend, like, I don't know what to do for this one, what's the answer? So you end up trying to clarify errors when you run into them, and then you track your score out of 30, and then you keep an average to understand roughly how you're performing. Now that's good. That's not a bad way to go about it. I want to show you another way to build on this approach, which is to complete the past papers as you normally do, but when you answer questions, track each question by unit. Or you can look through the exam first and say this is a Unit 1 question, this is a Unit 2 question. Label the question by its unit, and then you can track your performance by unit. So by the end of the exam, you can say, right, there were 30 questions. I got all of the Unit 1 questions right. I got some of the Unit 2 questions right. And I only got one Unit 3 question wrong, or whatever it is for you. And then this helps you track your performance by unit. You can drill this down a little bit further and even make it by topic area. But I think trying it by units might be a good exercise for you all to see then. If that does help you, then you can get more specific if you need to. But by taking this approach, you can find your weak areas very clearly, or more clearly. You can identify the units you're strong in, and then you can dedicate your limited time that you have to revise more efficiently, right? So we're going for that efficient resource allocation, considering the resource that is your time. Now, my students have done this, and what they've found is that this focus approach allows them to, really uncover their weakness, and then I can help them better because I can see where they're stuck and what's going on in their mind at that time. I can help try to clarify. You'll also notice that there's certain types of questions that routinely appear. When you're going through 30 questions at a time and you're not looking by unit, you're not recognizing trends by unit either. But when you start to do this unit approach, you'll see some trends that will help you prepare for questions that may come up. Another exercise I've done with students in one of my classes, I actually had them cut the past papers up, and then we made a big poster of Unit 1 questions that were up and then Unit 2 questions. So that might work for you if you have a lot of time coming up before the exam. Also, if you're a teacher, this is a great exercise to do in your class to help students, filter the questions by unit. And if you try it, let me know how it goes. So again, try it yourself. Use this approach yourself when you're getting ready. Tell us about your progress. How are you doing performance-wise? Do you have any improvements you can suggest to me or to anyone so we can share it with us, share it with a group of us that are getting ready for the exam or teaching it? Use this or share your own study techniques that help you prepare more effectively and let's try and help each other out, because essentially that's what this channel is for. It's for you to get better, to understand what you need to do well in exams, as well as share what you do with other students. So that wraps up this video on how to study for the multiple choice exams, paper 1 and paper 3. This is a series, or one video in the series of exam strategies and techniques to help you do well specifically for CIE economics. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Email me at enhancedtuition@gmail.com or tweet me at enhancedtuition. And as always, I will see you in the next one.